What's up guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll have a little, let's call it emergency update because we had a very significant drop in the market. That is why today we'll also cover the whole market, not only one specific altcoin. We want to have a look into the general market and what is potentially about to happen next. And I know that potentially you are also fearful right now because from the top to the bottom, Bitcoin has made, it's almost a $10,000 move in one day. This is pretty insane. And if you have seen the update from yesterday where I've talked about Sui, there I said that we have a false break here, so it seems like a false break, and that we should not ignore this move and that we are potentially backtesting this level. So that was the 118k level, but you can see we crushed straight through it, also through the next one, and almost touched the 112k level, which is the line, where I'm saying, okay, that is the line. If Bitcoin is above this level, then it's bullish. If it is below this level, then we are bearish. And that is then of course also counting for the whole altcoin market too. And we are very close to this level. And that is why currently I know that in a lot of altcoins, we are at great levels to buy. We are hitting some support levels, and basically, okay, in some coins we are also crushing it to the downside, but we are also close to support levels in basically most of the coins. You can see that here basically everything is red. In some coins we are also touching the lower levels of a support, and therefore right now it's going back to my rule that I will not open any new positions, because we had this massive drop. Just from the balance of probabilities, it is likely that at some point we will see a bounce, but it's unlikely that this one is the bottom, even if we see a little bounce right here. Therefore, we can well expect that Bitcoin will drop again below the 112k level. And also here I want to have a little look into the stock market, because the stock market has also crushed today. You can see this right here. This is a very big move. This is 3.5%, and in the stock market this is a lot. But we also have to see that in the stock market we basically rallied since April, so since 6 months straight. So besides this little dip right here and then we shoot back up, besides that we not really had any real corrections. These ones are just a couple of percentages. So let's have a quick look right here. This is just almost 4%. This one right here is a little bit more than 4%. And today we are here at also almost 4%. So the corrections that we had so far, we just did this in one day in the stock market. And therefore right now the question is, okay, is this the top? Let's quickly check this here. So is this the top right here that we have seen? And I still think that, well, we are dropping significantly lower right now. We are right now below the 112k level. So that is why I said I'm being cautious right now and I will not open any new positions. We can also see that the altcoins, almost all of them are dipping into 2-digit red numbers. So this is really big. This is a really nasty drop. And as I said, I still think that it's likely that this is not the bottom and that we are going lower. And in the stock market, just a normal correction would or could bring us down to the retest level. So this is the old all-time high, and we have gone through this with this move right here, and we never really did a retest. So potentially we are doing this right now, and if we are doing this right now, that would mean that this is another 8-9% from where we are currently at. And if we are doing this in the stock market, likely we'll also do this in the crypto market. Therefore we can expect that we are hitting some lower levels right here. But also to answer the question if I think that this is the top, no, I still think that this one right here is not the top. I think that this is another test that we have right here. So what we can see if we look into the sentiment of the market, let's have a look into the fear and greed index from the stock market, because this is updated regularly. So this one here, the last update is 15 minutes ago, and you can see that with this drop right here, as I said, we moved basically 6 months straight up, and right now we have, it is a very big red candle, therefore we know why this is so dramatic. But if we are compare this to the bigger picture, this is basically still just a normal correction, and the fear and greed index is already jumping into fear, almost into the extreme fear levels. And I think that when we are having the next update here on the fear and greed index of the crypto market, which will be in a couple of hours, then we will also do a significant move to the downside, potentially already in the fear levels with the move that we just had right here. So if we take a look back, we are right now at 110K. So right now we are talking about a 12K daily candle. You remember that just 5 minutes ago when the video started, it was 10K, not even 10K. So this is very big. But what I wanted to show you with the fear and greed index is that you can see that we basically all the time since April, since we have touched the bottom, we never really was into the extreme fear levels. And normally always when we have a significant high, we are coming close or we are getting into the extreme greed levels. And with the current top, we just were at slightly into the greed levels. So therefore, even if we are seeing a massive drop right now, the market has not overextended, and that is why I think that this one right here is still not the top, and that right now we are having a nasty correction. And because we are even below the 112K level, this is a very bearish sign for the altcoins. I mean, we can see, wow, we can see 40% drops right now. This is insane. So wow, this is massive. This is really massive. Yeah, we are dipping below all the support levels. So therefore, I'm being very cautious right now, and I'm waiting for Bitcoin to calm down, because as I said, if we have a move to the upside right now, it's still likely not the bottom. So I want to see that we are stabilizing, and then potentially we are ready to go. But in general, to open new positions, I want to see that here the Bitcoin price is going back above the 112K level. That is what I'm currently waiting for, but I'm also preparing for more downside. And also feel free to let me know what you think about this. Feel free to write it down in the comments. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.